श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माया ददाति सम्पदाभ्यं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीवतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांसं श्रीरूपं सागरदातं सागररघुतां साक्षातं साक्षात् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णा पादा सागना ललिता श्री विशाखां चचा ये कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेष्ठा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते सप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी नमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुएव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौतम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेव्य भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिप्रवर्तने कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम all the devotees for morning Nitya Bhagavata. I speak that Bhagavatam in parampara for the pleasure of the Lord and the devotee, my own purification. Hare Krishna. Today we will be speaking on the first canto, 17th chapter, sloka number 10 and 11. You can repeat following me. यस्यारस्तेद प्रजा सर्वाः
यस्य राष्ट्रे प्रजाः सर्वाः
त्रष्यन्ते सद्भि असुतभिः
त्रष्यन्ते सद्भि असद्भुषैः
तस्यामत्यस्य नश्यन्ति
तस्यामत्यस्य नश्यन्ति
कीर्तिरायुर्भोगति
कीर्तिरायुर्भागो गतिः
यस्यारस प्रजा सर्वाः
यस्यास्ते प्रजा सर्वाः
तस्यांते सत्व असाधुभिः
त्राष्यन्ते साध्वी असाधुभिः
तस्यामत्यस्य नश्यन्ति
तस्यामत्यस्य नश्यन्ति
कीर्ति आयुर्भागति
कीर्तिरायुर्भागो गतिः
यस्यारस्य प्रजा सर्वाः
यस्यास्ते प्रजा सर्वाः
त्रष्यन्ति सुवे सत्वे असाधुभिः
त्राष्यन्ते साध्वी असाधुभिः
तस्यामत्यस्य नश्यन्ति
तस्यामत्यस्य नश्यन्ति
कीर्ति आयुर्भागति
कीर्तिरायुर्भागो गतिः
एषा रजन्यां परो धर्मो
एषा राज्ञां परो धर्मो
हे अर्थनाम् अर्थे निर्गः
हे अर्थनामार्तिनिग्रह
अटयेनां विद्यास्यामि
अतयेनां वदिष्यामि
भूतदुर्गम् असत्तमाम्
भूताद्रुहम् असत्तमम्
एष रजनानां परो धर्मो
एष राज्ञां परो धर्मो
हे असत्नानाम् अर्थे निर्गः
हे अर्थानाम् आर्तिनिग्रह
अटयेनां विद्यास्यामि
अतयेनां वदिष्यामि
भूतदुर्गम् असत्तमाम्
भूताद्रुहम् असत्तमम्
एष रजना परो धर्मो
एष राज्ञां परो धर्मो
हे अतनानाम् अति निर्गः
हे अर्थानाम् आर्तिनिग्रह
अतयेनां विद्यास्यामि
अतयेनां वदिष्यामि
भूतदुर्गम् असत्तमाम्
भूताद्रुहम् असत्तमम्।
The word by meaning, you can follow that. Yasha,
यस्य
one
whose
rasatre,
राष्ट्रे
in the state,
in the state
praja,
प्रजाः
living being, sarva,
सर्वः
one and all, tashanti,
त्रष्यन्ते
are terrified, sadhavi,
साध्वी
O chaste one,
ओ chaste one
asadhubihi,
असाधुभिः
by the miscreant, tasya, his,
matasya,
of all the illusion,
of the illusions,
nashyanti,
vanishes.
kritihi,
Kirtihi,
fame, ayu, duration of life, baha,
fortune,
gatihi, good rebirth, esha, these are rajanam, of the kings, paraha, superior, dharmaha, occupation, he, certainly, arthanam, of the sufferers, arti, sufferings, nirgaha, subduing, ata, therefore, enam, this man, vadyashyami, I shall kill, bhuta, revolution against the other living beings,
revolter against other living beings,
astam tamam,
asatamam,
the most wretched.
the most wretched.
The translation purported by His Grace Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation: O chastised one, the king's good name, duration of life, and good rebirth vanishes when all the kind of living beings are terrified by the miscreants of his kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue the sufferings of those who are sufferers. Therefore, I must kill this most wretched man because he is violent against the other living beings. Purpose: when there is some disturbance caused by the wild animals in a village or the town, the police or the other take action to kill them. Similarly, it is the duty of the government to kill at once all the bad social elements such as the thieves, dacoits and murderers. The same punishment is also due to animal killer because the animal of the state are also the prajas. Praja means one who has taken birth in the state, and this includes both men and animal. Any living being who takes the birth in the state has the primary right to live under the protection of the king. The jungle animals are also subject to the king. They also have the right to live. So what to speak of the domestic animal like cow and bulls? Any living being, if he terrifies other living beings, is a most wretched subject, and the king should at once kill such disturbance element. As the wild animal is killed when it is creating disturbance, similarly any man who unnecessarily kills or terrifies the jungle animal or the other animals must be punished at once. By the law of the Supreme Lord, all the living beings in whatever shape they may be are the sons of Lord, and no one has any right to kill the other animals unless it is so ordered by the code of natural law. The tiger can kill a lower animal for his subsistence, but a man cannot kill an animal for his subsistence. That is the law of God, who has created the law that a living being subsists by eating other living beings. Thus, a vegetarian are also living by eating other living beings. Therefore, the law is that one should live only by eating the specific living beings, as ordered by the law of the God. Vishwanath directs that one should live by the direction of the Lord and not at one's sweet will. A man can subsist on varieties of grains, fruits and milk ordained by the God, and there is no need for the animal food. So, save and expect in particular cases. Save and expect, except in the particular cases. The illusion king or the executive head, even though sometimes advertised as a great philosopher and learned scholar, will allow slaughterhouse in the state without knowing that torturing poor animal clears the way to hell for such a foolish king or executive heads. The executive heads must always be alert to the safety of the prajas, both men and animal, and inquire whether a particular living being is harassed at any place by another living being. The harassing living being must be once be caught and put to death, as shown by Maharaj Parikshit. The people, government and government by the people should not allow killing of innocent animal by the sweet will of the foolish government men. They must know their code of God As mentioned in the revealed scripture, the Maharaj Parikshit quotes here that according to the code of gods, irresponsible king or state executive jeopardize his good name, duration of the life, power and strength, and ultimately his progress march towards the better life and salvation after death. Such a foolish man do not even believe in existence of the next life. While commenting on the particular verse, we have in our presence of the statement of the great modern politician who recently died and left his will, which disclosed his poor fund of knowledge of the code of the God mentioned by the Maharaj Parishit. The politician was so ignorant of the code of the God that he writes, I do not believe in any such ceremonies, and to submit to them even as a matter of form would be hypocrisy and an attempt to delude ourselves and others. I have no religious sentiment in the matter. Contradicting this statement of a great politician in the modern age with those of the Parishit Maharaj, we find a vast difference. Maharaj Parishit was a pious according to the scriptural code, whereas a modern politician goes by his own personal belief and sentiment. Any great man of material world is, after all, a conditioned soul. He bound by his hands and feet by the rope of the material nature, and still the foolish conditioned soul, thinking of himself as a free to act by his whimsical sentiments. The conclusion is that people in the time of Maharaj Parishit were happy, and animals were given a proper protection because of the executive heads was not whimsical or ignorant of the God's law. The foolish, faithless creature try to avoid the existence of the Lord and proclaim themselves secular at the cost of the valuable human life. The human life is especially meant for knowing the signs of God. But foolish creatures, especially in this age of Kali, instead of knowing God specific scientifically, make propaganda against the religious belief as well as the existence of God, even though they are always bound by the law of God, by the symptom of birth, death, old age and disease. Actually, we will be discussing few points. One is secular, they talk about that topic, and also God's code of God. So this is more important. More or less, these subjects were repeatedly we are discussing, and a little more depth of the subject will be going into that. So actually, the background of that is Kalipurusha was hitting both cow and bull. Bull represented Dharma, and cow is representing earth. And when Parishit Maharaj want to see the how God code of God is maintained in his province, for checking that while he is going, he saw in the forest the king dressed like a king, and he is torturing the poor animals. So he stops and asks that. There's a conversation between Parikshit and Kalipurusha. So Kali said that when Parikshit asked, who are you? He said, I am the king. And he dressed like a king, and he's punishing it. So, but Parikshit said that you are not the king, because king will not give distress to any living beings. So that is the code of God's code. So Praja means it is not only the human beings, even the animals which are taken birth in that province. So we have to understand that. So Kali says that you are the king of this place, whereas I am the king of this time. So then he said that you are not visible when Krishna was there. Yes, when Krishna was there, I was powerless. When Krishna left, I gained my power. Now I am going to rule this world. So this is the conversation happening with her. So then Parishit turned to the bull and asking that, because he also, as per the law, he has to ask the victim, okay, what exactly happened, who are you, what happened, all the things, before he gives the judgment. So that is a code of this in God is there. So then And also after hearing from the bull, then immediately Parikshit said that Kali Purusha, that I am going to kill you, because just by killing you I'll be benefited and my fame will be staying. If I don't kill you, I will be the world will blame me that I am not protected as per the code of God. So it is a bold statement that Parikshit is telling. It is not like yesterday Prabhu said, look, they are not compromising for the time circumstance to safeguard their seat. So nowadays modern politicians, no, they won't boldly declare the laws. They flexible, because if they implement the law, then the whole opponent will object for that, then they will lose power, means seat. Okay, so the, in the Vedic time, that is not the case. The king means the ruler, he will have the 100% all the strength to execute his code of God. So he never compromises. Everyone feels that okay, I want to be peace and harmony in the life, but they will think that if I am become the controller, then I will be happy. So that is not the case. So okay. Srila Prabhupada also says that when karmis sees us, they will laugh on us, and we see karmis, we also laugh. But there is a real meaning to that. When we see them, we feel that they are the poor guys suffering, knowing they don't know why they are suffering also. But when they see us, they think that we are wasting time by chanting and doing kirtans. So this is what the Kali Yuga situation. So the how devotees of the Krishna is that we struggle to do chanting, we struggle to do the services every stage, but we think that we are struggling. But more than us, Krishna struggles. Okay, he understands the situation of the devotees, so that he struggles more than us to maintain our bhakti laja. So to maintain our sadhanas, to facilitate. So he is more concerned about the individual devotees, because what he says is if he so say Prabhupada also says that Krishna appears for why he appears Shravanam, Smaranam and Hari. So hearing and chanting. So that no, for that reason, and he is there. He sends to elevate the souls, he sends his representative again and again, so that now we will be protected. And also what happens is when a devotees are fallen down, so Krishna has to protect him. So how he does it, why he has to do, because if he a pure devotee, if he makes us a king, then the whole city will turn into God conscious, and every person in the prajas, every soul in the city also will turn into devotees. So that is what Krishna wanted. His law and order to be maintained. So he don't want miscreant taking over the city, and all laws goes against what Krishna wanted it. So that's why Krishna works more harder. That also the example is once Srila Prabhupada was preaching in Western, that one Hamsaduta his disciple, he goes and meets the Prabhupada. He said one of the devotee, he has taken the fund and investment of the business, but unfortunately that business went into loss, huge loss. Finally he has to sell all the jewels and everything to, and working hard to make more millions of dollars to repay to the Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada says that, can you give me his contact number or address, so that I will speak to him, I will reach out to him. Then his Amsaduta says that no, we are trying to trace him, where he is whereabouts, we are not getting him. Then he said that okay, when I am making, Prabhupada saying that when I am making millions of dollars, okay, I have not lost that person. But when that he said that I want to save the soul of thing, it is more important than millions of dollars. So the devotee is so very, very important. That's why we are always saying, even if somebody fallen down, the seniors should help him to come back to devotion. That's what Krishna also plays a role. Krishna wanted every individual soul to come back to him, back to Godhead. So this is a typical example how Prabhupada feels about his individual devotees, about the care, devotee care, how he wanted to display that. Krishna also works inside and outside. He works as a Chaitanya Paramatma inside that heart, and also externally he works as a guru to taking care of the devotees. The Krishna works continuously and diligently to make devotees so that they will not fall down and leave the Krishna consciousness or something. So we have to understand the importance of Krishna consciousness, why we have to be devotee, why we have to serve that. Yudhishthira Maharaj was ruling the government. He laws and order he maintained from, he learned from the Bhishma. When Bhishma was in deathbed, Krishna tells Yudhishthira, you go and ask him. So that he has a vast knowledge of ruling the government. So Yudhishthira Maharaj humbly, he will go and plead the Bhishma and ask all the questions, and he gets a knowledge about that. According to the God's code of God, he is ruling the government. So all the prajas in the Yudhishthira Maharaj place, everybody is very happy, including the animals were very happy. So that's how the laws has to be done. When Prabhupada says also, the government, these politicians, they will not read the code of God, and they will, with a little knowledge or no knowledge, they will create their own rules and regulations. They give permit for all this slaughterhouse, not knowing that what is the consequence will happen to the government, as well as the society, people, how much they will suffer. By killing the innocent animals, everybody is getting suffering. So that's why what politicians think that he has a very good knowledge, he can rule the government, but actually they are lacking of knowledge because they are not reading the code of government, Lord. So the desire he put, so and also Jagai Madai, where there during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu period, they are so sinful that when Chitragupta was asking it to read how much sin they made, they say that even thousands of mouths we can't complete this thing for years together. So it takes so many years how much sin they made it. So they need lakhs of books to document its sin. So much of sinful there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so merciful, he removed the sin of that. So and he elevated the Jagai Madai. So that is the mercy of the Lord. So Mahaprabhu took the role of a gardener. So he was distributing the holy name to that, so that Bhakti Lata Bija. It's so sweet in everybody's heart. So actually what it means, Bhakti Lata Bija means the method and rules given by the Guru, we have to take it up. So whatever the Guru says, we have to follow strictly that. That is called Bhakti Lata Bija. And people, generally what they do, they will ignore the nectar, what is available, they are drinking the poisons. So that is the ignorance of the peoples. So good things they never take, all bad things only they are adopting in their daily life. So Haridas Thakur also, if you compare in his life, when Maya trying to divert him, every day the prostitute goes, he wants to disturb the Haridas Thakur, but he is very firm on his bhakti. He chants, and by over within 3 days, she got the transform and she became a nice devotee. She taken initiation and she also initiated many people. But if you compare the same Haridas Thakur as a Brahma, he fell down when Maya was attracted. His own daughter was so beautiful, he was running behind. So we have to take shelter of the Haridas Thakur for our chanting and our bhakti, so that he will show the mercy on that. And also in Bhagavatam 1.5.19, so what it clearly says, my dear Vyasa, even though a devotee of the Lord sometimes fall down, somehow or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like others, like fruitivity workers, etc. Because a person who has once released the taste of the lotus feet of the Lord can do nothing but remember that ecstasy again and again. So a devotee may fall. It is not that guaranteed that you will be always in par with his sadhanas. So you may fall, but Krishna is trying to help them to bring into that. So as long as you are releasing the taste of it again and again, that is a benediction we got as a devotee. We got from the Krishna that even if you fall down, but still we can come back. That opposite is there. But Karmi, what Prabhupada says is devotee may fall down, but it is much better than the karmis who falls down, because for them there is no recovery. But whereas the devotee, because of the association, because of the pious activity is done for the Krishna, so Sadhu Sangha, he is able to recover back and come back to Krishna conscious. So we should not feel that okay, I am fallen down, I am moving away from the Krishna conscious. No, we have to come back. That is what the Krishna is expected. He is working hard more than anybody else to bring back the devotees to Krishna conscious. The conclusion of this slokas and all that, we should be God conscious, follow the God given the direction, and individually and collectively we can be happy and peace. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, peace. Any question, any doubt?